Oil prices sticking above $90 a barrel after hitting 10-month highs. Crude has surged more than 27% over the last 3 months, adding more fuel to inflation worries. Joining us now to talk about the impact of oil prices on consumers, Patrick Haan, GasBuddy, head of petroleum analysis. I don't know, these prices aren't anyone's buddy. I think you need a new name, Patrick. Do you have all the state's average prices at your fingertips? Because is it $3.90 now across the country?
Oh, it's pretty close, Joe. We're at about $3.85 a gallon. But out in California, refinery issues were just about at $6 a gallon in LA. The California statewide average, as you bared with me, I pulled those numbers up. California statewide is now at $5.69 a gallon. Washington State is at $5.01. So we are seeing some of those very high numbers in the West where they've been dealing with refinery issues. But the good news, Joe, is that we've made the transition now in 49 of the nation's 50 states to cheaper winter gasoline. That's going to help give consumers some sort of break in the next couple of weeks as we kind of work through those refinery issues in the West Coast. Previously, there were also refinery issues in the Rockies and the Corn Belt. We should see a little bit of a breakthrough, and gas prices may decline. But for diesel, it's going to be bad news. The price of diesel now at $4.57 a gallon. Last year, it spiked over $5 a gallon in fall as we started to see heating oil tanks be filled up. The same possibility exists this year for diesel, which could feed into higher inflation numbers.
Hey, Patrick, I keep hearing about the refining issues in the West, especially in California. Are these short-term problems? Are these long-term problems? Is this just reality for now?
They are short-term issues. We had this kind of same scenario almost exactly a year ago in the fall as well, that refinery maintenance, when coupled with unexpected outages, can basically crimp any available supply and breathing room in a market very quickly. These issues are temporary in the West Coast. California, though, unlike the rest of the nation, doesn't make the transition back to summer gasoline until the end of October. So these higher oil prices, though, are eating into what we had expected for consumers getting a break. They're not getting much of one, but with oil prices down to $90 a barrel after hitting $93, we'll have to see if this is just a short-term blip or a trend.
Why is California always so much more expensive than the national average?
Joe probably could touch on this, too. High taxes, carbon management program, its own blend of gasoline. California is basically in a league of its own.
Carbon management programs. Nice.
Cap and trade. Yes, indeed.
Definitely not enough of those around. What I love, Patrick, are the carbon offsets. The people like Bill Gates. So it's when he flies at 747, it's like once you offset it, it's like it never happened. It's like he's fine, right? How does it? That doesn't seem right to me. I don't know. Is that how it works?
There's a lot of sustainability solutions out there that basically, in the absence of, that 747 is still, of course, going to be burning jet fuel. Yeah. And somebody else is going to be offsetting that with something else, whether it be planting trees or clean energy.
Great. Patrick, we had someone the other day say that this is not demand related, $90 oil, that it's supply related. Do you agree with that completely, or is it must be a little, it always is a little bit of both, but is it really a supply constrained world we're in right now with the Saudis?
I think to your point, I would mostly agree with that. I mean, you look at demand from China, it's certainly depressed, and now all of a sudden you have Russia and Saudi Arabia, this war on the low price of oil that's been brewing over the summer months, and arguably now they've tipped the balance into a deficit where demand is outpacing supply. And that's what the market is getting a little bit nervous about, especially if you sprinkle some turmoil or geopolitical issues in here and there. The market could go up much quicker if one of these issues develops, or if Mother Nature doesn't help us, or if we get a hurricane. So there's still a lot of caveats in the way of lower gas prices that we could see, especially since hurricanes are still churning out in the Atlantic. We have made the transition to winter gasoline. We haven't seen much of a decrease yet in gas prices, Joe, but there should be some relief towards the end of the year. But that relief is going to be far short of where we're hoping. And the big reason for that is the price of oil led by Saudi Arabia and Russia's production cuts.
And when I think of California, I don't really think of mass transit much. But I know they have some now. They didn't have any. I mean, one person drives every car out there, and they're all stacked up in 6 lanes, and it's $5.50 a gallon. It's like the worst place.
When you think about LA, you don't think about mass transit. Where are the trains? Nobody wants to get on a bus.
I've seen them. They have some. I was never on one, but I've seen them. down near the airport. All right,
well,
Patrick,
when you have a
thank
10-lane highway, that's certainly a little bit more conducive to getting where you need to go, but you have to pay $6 a gallon. And by the way, this morning, L.A. is now hitting that $6 a gallon mark. As we're on air, we've just tipped the $6 a gallon mark for the L.A. metro area.